honour that I can introduce our first conversation starter and our first storyteller, and his name's Jack.
Yeah.
So it's a bit hot. Can I just get our hands up? Who's been affected by suicide here? Someone that you know has died. You dealt with it yourself. Okay. First of all, Tapu and Joe, what you guys are doing is amazing. I just want to honour you guys. You guys are special. You guys are loved. And the impact you guys are making, you guys don't need to understand the impact you guys are going to make in the future. I want to bless you guys, and we're just all here to jump on board and just speak about suicide, depression, and anxiety. So, about me, my name is Jack. I'm 27, happily married, 2 kids. Grew up in southwest of Sydney, as you can probably tell. Hashtag all day night. This is who I am, eh? From the outside, I look big and strong, and the inside, I was broken and hurting. Still am from time to time. I'm not ashamed of it. I'll never hide it. Growing up, I had a good upbringing. I was very close to my Samoan side, not to my mum's side. My mum's Pakeha, Kiwi, so but I grew up strictly with my Samoan family. I find my, for me, my Samoan side is, I take that very personally, I take that with great honour. I got married in Samoa, I married a Samoan woman. I try and speak as much Samoan as I can. I suck at it, but I try my best. So this is about my story. My story is going to be a bit intense because I'm going to talk about actual diagnosis. I had 3 diagnoses. amoungst, depression, and generalized anxiety disorder. My first ever episode with anxiety led to my depression. My anxiety was very intense. It's called amoungst. I had visions of myself, killing my daughter and killing my wife constantly 24/7 in my bed. Every morning I wake up, I wanted to kill my daughter. I had physical urges to kill my daughter. I wake up next to her and in my head it's like, yeah, strangle her and kill her now. And I was struggling, like, why am I going crazy? Am I psycho? Am I loony? You know, these are the reasons why people commit suicide, because we assume things before we even know what's really wrong with us. I didn't know I had an actual diagnosis and I actually was sick. I had no idea, I thought I was crazy. So one day I was driving my daughter and I had a massive panic attack. This was about 3 weeks into my diagnosis. I haven't told anyone or haven't spoken to anyone. And I looked in the revision mirror and in my mind, I wanted to jump into the back seat and chuck my daughter over the car, out the car over the bridge. And that's all that was in my mind. Physical urges to do it. Just try and comprehend physical urges in your mind to go hurt someone that you love so dearly. But you know that's not who you are. So it plays this crazy cycle in your mind and you start doing things that you shouldn't. You start hiding knives. You're too scared to be alone with your kids or your wife. And you become a bit loopy. I didn't know that was an anxiety disorder. I called up my wife February 14th, 2016. About 9:30 in the morning, I told her I'm going to kill myself. I had the rope at my mother-in-law's house. I had it hanging on the roof. I had the rope around my neck. I don't know what stopped me. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, Brenda, at the back of this. I don't know what stopped me, but like, I'm not the bravest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the smartest, but I got TK, I got heart. And my heart for my family is what stopped me. Something inside me was like, everything around me was kill myself, end my life. But my heart was, something about my heart was like, you can't leave the kids, you know that you love them too much. And I struggled with this for many, many years, and this went on for 3.5 years, guys. 3.5 years of everyday torment. Physically throwing up because I was so scared. Staying in my room, had to leave my job. There's so many things that hurt me. And it really hurt me like so deep. But I'm proud of the scars that I have now. I'm so proud that I overcame. And I'm so happy to share this with you guys. So I actually have 4 steps that helped me get through that period of my life. I just got them down on my phone because I really want these 4 steps. Why they're so important is because you don't have to go through the 3.5 years that I went through. I'm not a doctor, but I refer back to doctors. I don't have all the information on mental health, but I have enough to help you guys. So for me, my steps to get over my anxiety and depression was the first one, and for us islanders, we don't always like this, but was diet and exercise. Guys, you don't understand the power of diet and exercise when it comes to mental health. It is so important. I'll just read you something. Diet and exercise is a powerful depression fighter for several reasons. Mostly, importantly, it promotes all kinds of changes in the brain, including neural growth, reduced inflammation, and a new activity pattern for feeling calm and well-being. Guys, there's not going to be a magic pill that's going to make you feel better. It's not going to be words from someone that's going to make you feel better. Your healing is a lifetime journey. Sorry to say this, but your journey with getting over mental health is going to be for the rest of your life. As soon as you accept that, the healing journey starts. Wow. That's where it starts from there. So you got to accept that in your heart, like, this is me for the rest of my life, but I can manage it, I can overcome. And I'm showing you right now, I overcame, I can live a happy life with my kids now. I'm not scared of being next to my daughter. I can't wait to be with my daughter by myself now. You know, I can go to work as much as I want. I'm not scared of anything now. But I'm very proud of my story, and I'm very proud to share this with you guys. Second one is strong support in a family system. Support could be work, family, your church, your rugby team, your gym. Just support. Psychologists and other mental health professionals often talk about the importance of having a strong social support network. When trying to reach our goals and deal with a crisis, experts frequently implore people to lean on their friends and family for support. Guys, this is exactly what we need to get. There's steps. Always surround yourself with good people. Don't surround yourself with people that are going to drag you down. What's that going to do for you? Next one is, a lot of people don't like this, and I'm going to say anyway, see a psychologist, see a doctor, and get on medication if you have to. Don't be scared of that, guys. I went through 3 doctors. One doctor told me stop thinking those thoughts. I was like, yeah, idiots. I wish I could. I got too late. Listen. Next doctor said that I'm psychotic and put me on antipsychotic medications. I sat for 3 days straight. Woke up with the biggest panic attack. My third doctor referred me to a psychologist, and that's where I got my diagnosis. Guys, don't be scared to see a doctor. They're so important. They're trained professionals, and they will help you. A lot of people will say, you just need God, or you just need your family. Guys, it's a combination of everything that is. It's everything. Yeah. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this will help you. So for me, guys, I was on Lexapro. I was on an anti-depressant medication for 3 years. I'm off that now, thank God. But you know what? I was talking to Joel about this day, and what medication does, it doesn't get rid of your pain. So it's not a magic pill. It doesn't get rid of your pain. But what it does, when you got anxiety and depression, there's a really hard edge. So it gets rid of that hard edge and makes you sort of cope a little bit better. I put in, like, if you're at a gym and you're a bodybuilder, eat all the right food, go to the gyms, medications are steroids, gives you that little boost that you need to get over the time. Never touch steroids, guys. And guys, for me, and I'm going to say it, my fourth and final most important thing was my faith in God. I'm not the perfect Christian, but man, I love my God, eh? I try serving the best that I can. I fail, but no, He still forgives me, eh? For me, when I was at my darkest, guys, you don't understand. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning, covered in sweat, shaking, so petrified and scared. My wife will sit there, shake my head, tell me, you can get through this, you've got through it before. And even when those things didn't happen, I'll go to myself, I get on my knees like, Lord, please just help me right now. Guys, you don't have to believe in God. That's not what I'm talking about. But for me, in my journey, He was my rock, my foundation, my hope. It was everything I needed. But a combination of all 4 of those is what really propelled me to get over my mental health. Guys, look at me now. I look happy, eh? Tell you the truth, I struggle from time to time, mate. But the mad thing is that before it used to be years, months, weeks, days, now it's just a day here and there. And I can manage it, I can overcome it. And guys, just want to let you all know that He's are unique, He's are special, He's are love, You can get through it. If I can get through it, you can get through it. Thank you so much for letting me.
Perfect. That's awesome. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Jack. So the floor's open. So that's our first question there. We've actually got another beautiful story that we're going to bring in at our second question, but the floor's open. But I just want to say to you, Jack, I just wanted to say what is really beautiful about what you said at the end is that people's journeys are non-linear. So they don't go from A to B. It's like, you guys know what a sleepy is?
Yep.
If you like lay that on its side, you go forward, you come back, but don't look at the backwards turn as a relapse. Look at it as an opportunity for growth and an opportunity to like find out what it is that you need to sort of build or whatever muscle that you need. So I think you really touched on that you have setbacks, but you're still moving forward. So thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Now I've got a question. I can answer. You want to know something a little bit more in depth? No?
Oh, yeah, Ray?
Jack, my name's Ray. I'm just interested to know about your kids and their interaction with you since you're still on this journey. How's their response been? Do they notice the change in dad, or
100%.
are they aware of it? They go, oh, one of dad's down days. How do we respond?
No, because when I was first going through it, my kids were young. So one of my daughters was only 2. I got a newborn now that's only 6 months. So my youngest one didn't know, but it didn't more impact my kids, it impacted my wife. And my wife, I wish she was here. Guys, get yourself a good wife because they are so damn important. I'm telling you, mate, they're the best. But with my kids, man, it's really funny because now it's like I'm trying to make up for those lost 3 years. So I went years where I literally could not be my daughter by myself because I was scared I was going to hurt her. And when you love someone so much and you're so fearful of that, that's what causes that depression because you're like, why do I love someone so much, but I'm so scared I'm going to hurt someone that I love so much. Now it's like, if I have those thoughts, because guys, I still have those thoughts, but I've managed to break that cycle in my mind where if I have that thought with my daughter, I can be, this is where seeing a psychiatrist and a doctor is very important. I've got the right exercises so I can go, okay brain, this is my brain thinking, I know who I really am, that's just a thought, I can continue with my daughter.
Wow.
If I feel that anxiousness, I accept it, I don't try to push it away, and I continue what I'm doing, and then I habituate to that feeling, so that feeling over time goes away. And then once the feeling goes away, the thought goes away with it. It's a thing called habituation. So you get used to the feeling, where your brain doesn't think that it's a trigger or trouble anymore. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, and that's one of the most important things with anxiety and depression. You got to habituate to that feeling. You got to accept that. Guys, you push away that feeling, it makes it 10 times harder. If I tell you all right now, don't think of a white bear. What are you all thinking of? The white bear. White bear. Same thing with anxiety. I don't want to think about that. It's going to come back stronger. So referring back to my kids, man, I can handle it now. They didn't understand at the time.
Next, now we wanted to talk about actually support networks that you have.
Yep.
How is it that because there's a lot of people when they find out a loved one or family member has attempted or done these things, what's actually really helpful?
Okay. What's really helpful from a person in need or me that I was in need? What was helpful for me? I was very blessed and lucky that my wife didn't freak out. First of all, my wife called a pastor from my old church in Manukau. So I lived in New Zealand for 3 years, by the way. But I was in Manukau, called a pastor. So the first thing was my wife helped me through that. And then that support network through that pastor. And this was a game changer for me, guys. That pastor said to me, yeah, we're going to pray for you, but we're going to go get you some help from a doctor too. So it's really important that he saw two sides of it, eh? Because, you know, a lot of us we want to mental warfare. We think it's all mental warfare, eh? Guys, your brain's an organ. Your chemicals in your brain aren't matching up. There's a physical side to it just as important as a spiritual side. It's very important, guys, to promote with the physical side of our mental health. And with that support network, I just have people that love me, that cared about me, that understood my pain, didn't get frustrated with my pain. There was days where I would totally freak out for like 7-8 hours, walk pace up and down the house, literally shaking, telling myself I'm a psycho, having the anxiety caused me to get a bit like, think that people are watching me and thinking that I'm going crazy. But then guys, if you've dealt with anxiety, that's anxiety. It makes you think the craziest and stupidest things. And the thing about anxiety, it attacks the thing that you love the most. And that's the truth. Anxiety attacks what you love the most. It's proven that what you love the most, anxiety will attack it. So it's a bugger of thing to say.
So some of the practical things is listening, being really calm, what do you call it, being present.
Being present, so mindfulness and being present in the moment was once your once you're here and your mind goes over there, that's where the damage happens. Accept it, be in the moment all the time, guys. Always be in the moment. It hurts, it's hard, and it takes years of practice. But be in the moment. Be mindful. Know what you're saying. Understand what your brain's thinking. But at the end of the day, your brain can think whatever it thinks, but you know in your heart who you are.
So do you think, sorry, my name is Reese. Do you think that the coping mechanisms that you talked about being present and feeling your emotions and not pushing away, if we were to teach that to our children and they're coming through school and they have a coping mechanism so that when something like that happens, maybe, I don't know, their teens or wherever they know how to practice?
100%. I think it should be taught from when you're young. To be real, my old man will always tell me my father's a really into his Talanoa ways. He's really old school, and for him it was really a sign of like not showing weakness. So we as islanders and PIs, we naturally suppress our emotions. We hurt when people pass away, but we're afraid to talk about our real pains and our real insecurities. And I really need to break that cycle. My story needs to break that cycle somehow, and I'm not ashamed. And with that, yes, we do need to teach that. I can't personally teach that because I'm not a doctor. I can give advice, but I won't go in the doctor because the doctor was the one that gave me the advice that helped me so much. Being mindfulness, guys, meditation, it's so important. It's so, if you just lay down, close your eyes, and just concentrate on your breathing, it just brings you back into that moment, into the present time. So yes, it's very important to teach our young kids. It should be taught to our young kids, and I'm hoping one day that all young kids can have those tools in their bag, so when they have breakdowns or any mental health, that they can revert back to that.
So is it also beneficial here for your support networks, like your family members to also come with you when you go to the psychologist?
My wife came every session. Every session my wife came, so my wife will be, if I'm starting to freak out, my wife will tell me, are you in the moment? Get back to the moment. Are you meditating? Are you eating right? Are you doing your mental health exercises? So she will always remind you guys, it's so important. You can't beat this journey on your own. You need to have a support network around you. It's so important. So important. Yeah.
So I just want to go back, I want to acknowledge your wife, because I'm thinking, when you say get a good wife, get a good wife, my husband's looking at me. I just want to know that she knew your thoughts, you know, how you said you wanted to kill her,
That was a secret.
Oh, okay.
It was a secret. So when I told her I wanted to kill myself,
Yeah.
I never explained the full reasons why, because I was ashamed. I was scared of what she would think of me. When I finally opened up to her about it, she's like, "You idiot, you should have told me ages ago." But my wife is, you know, not the half of my wife, man, but she is, that support, that strong support network, that my wife, man, she was on me, she made sure I done everything right because she knew how important, without your mental health, guys, what, you physically can't do nothing. It's so, everything's in your mind, guys, you know. You can literally, and you can pray things, you can think things into existence. You know what I mean? Like your mind's a powerful tool, and don't ever underestimate how powerful your mind is, for good and for bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was thinking, say for me, you know, my husband told me, because I was thinking you told me those thoughts, because I'd be like sleeping with my eyes open. You know?
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Because when I explained to Joe, Joe's like, "Hey, are you schizophrenic?" It's not that, guys. It's once my wife understood the illness. So, guys, you have anxiety and depression. Anxiety, there's branches of different types of anxiety. So mine's called OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and under OCD there's different ones. So you can have harm OCD, which I had. You can have like gay OCD, so you can be a straight man, but you can think you're gay, and it makes you freak out. Just read up on it, just educate yourself. You know, you can have religious OCD, so you can have thoughts about not loving God anymore, and it can cause anxiety in your life. You can have health OCD, where every little scratch or bruise on your body, you think you got cancer or you're dying somehow. There's many forms and branches of OCD, and for me, what I told you, anxiety attacks what I love the most. My daughter was what I love the most, so I attacked that. And that's the hard thing about it, and that's the thing that sucks. Yeah.
So were you a functioning adult as well, like going to work and doing everything else?
So you don't know, I played professional footy for about 8 years. So I travelled around the world playing footy, and you know, I thought I had a good life. Like I went, so functioning, like sport was my life. Like I signed my first footy contract when I was 14, signed with the Rabbitohs when I was 17, signed with Brentford when I was 20, and then got brought over to New Zealand to trial with the Warriors. So I've had the dream life for a young man, but my dream life I still hurt on the inside. And guys, I just want to let you know, my anxiety and stuff like that, it was a stem from my trauma from when I was younger. If that makes sense? So like, I won't mention names, but I talked to two of my brothers in this room, a Tongan guy and a Maori guy. And I asked, because they're going through the same thing, I asked, where did your trouble stem from? And the key factor was a traumatic event, trauma as a child. And that's where it stems from. For me, it was that and genetics. So I witnessed my mum try to kill herself 3 times. I witnessed my sister going in and out of mental wards. I witnessed my family break up. All my family are in and out of gangs, so violence. I was always involved in a highly chaotic world, footy, the pressure. So once my life finally started to die down of all that stuff, my brain didn't know how to switch off. And I had to latch onto something, and I latched onto that. Yeah. So guys, early warning signs, guys, if you can see this trauma in a household or family, guys, that can manifest as something way worse than you can ever think. You think that a little argument in front of your kids is nothing. Guys, that's traumatic for a young child. You've got to understand that. That's very traumatic. So, yeah.
Can I just discern the differences between risk factors and warning signs? So suicide is not a mental illness. I just want to make that clear. It increases the risk for suicide. But when you think, so risk factors also can be substance abuse issues, you know, having a chronic history of substance abuse issues. But the warning signs, I think that's really pertinent to what we're talking about today. So, you know, you talked about the importance of relationships. And we also know that people that are so disconnected in our community. And so I think it's, you know, it's really common for people to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. You know, I could not see the warning signs. And so I think if people are able to recognize what they are in people, then there's more of an opportunity for people to connect and try and help.
It's true, and that's the hard thing is though, for me, my closest person to my wife didn't even see the warning signs. So I was, like guys, I literally had a rope around my neck, standing on a chair, ready to jump off the chair. Like I was at that stage in that moment and my wife didn't notice it. So for me, my warning signs I kept secret. And a lot of people do, and it's very hard. But guys, people pulling away, people not engaging in, say for example, change people pulling away, or if, for example, if you have like a footy team or you're in a church, and you see people gradually step away from those things, guys, that's a warning sign. That's a trigger. Like, don't be like, oh, they'll be back, bro. Give them a call. Hey, is everything all right? They say, yeah. You go, oh, I want to catch up with you. I want to come see you. Make that next effort. A phone call's not good enough anymore, guys. But it's proven that a phone call, I mean, what does that do? So, you know, we're going to take that next level, that next step. Go and see the person.
Yeah.
Take them for a coffee. Have a conversation. Anything.
You know, I have such an issue with "Are you okay, Dave?"
It's rubbish.
Because it only gives you a close, a yes or a no answer, doesn't it? And lots of people, like, that's their knee-jerk reaction. Oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. Like, people actually need to get in there and ask questions and really find out what's going on with people. So I think this space here is all about, I guess, going back to ways of old when you actually talk to someone face to face and mean something. You know, we're going to get away from this, put the text to someone and see if they're okay.
I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So important.
Awesome, bro.